So, officer, you initially spotted Miss Griego because she was going 16 miles per hour in a 25-mile-per-hour zone?
Yes.
Probably another second, then you're going to run the dog. Is that correct?
I don't remember that. Yes.
Okay, so that's just a few minutes into this traffic stop?
Yes.
He had asked why I don't pull everyone over. Best way I could explain it. It's like fishing. If I see him, I'm going to do it.
All right, then, Your Honor, the people will call Deputy Brian Forton to the stand.
Okay, Deputy, if I can just ask that you come forward to the witness stand, please, sir. And whenever you're ready, thank you. Do you swear or affirm under a penalty of law to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. Please be seated.
Can you please state and spell your name for the record?
Deputy Brian Forton. It's BRIAN FORTIN.
Thank you. And where are you employed?
With the Weld County Sheriff's Office.
In what capacity?
I'm a patrol canine handler.
And you also mentioned in there a canine handler, patrol officer. What is the canine handler aspect?
As a canine handler, my role is more in a proactive policing role, so traffic stops, drug investigations, and that sort of thing.
Now, about 3:30 in the afternoon or 15:30 hours, where were you at?
I was in the town of Garden City within Weld County, and I was parked next to a Garden City officer, and we were watching traffic.
And is that Weld County, Colorado?
Yes.
Great. And who was that Garden City officer?
Officer Bird, and we saw a silver sedan going northbound on 8th Avenue. Appeared to be traveling the normal traffic speed, and when the vehicles came into view, they slowed down to about 15 miles an hour, which is 10 miles an hour under the speed limit as they drove past our location. And then I noticed that the sticker for the validation tab was expired. I was just there as a cover officer, so I was just kind of keeping an eye on the passenger and being a cover officer.
Got it. Was she rambling in any way while talking to you?
I don't recall.
Okay. Would it refresh your recollection to review your report?
Probably.
Did that refresh your recollection?
Yeah.
Was she rambling?
Yes, she was kind of rambling and erratic in her answers. And then I also smelled the odor of alcoholic beverages coming from her breath.
As she spoke to you?
Yes. I had her go to talk to Officer Bird, and then I went to the passenger door and asked the passenger to get out of the vehicle, as he was the person listed as missing. Wanted to ask if he knew about that.
All right. And then what did you do after that?
After I spoke with him briefly, I had him go stand over by Officer Bird and the Evans officer, and then I deployed my canine to do a scan of the vehicle.
And then you saw a silver Chevy approach where both officers were stationed?
Correct.
And that car was going at about normal traffic speed?
Yes.
But then as that car approached your position, it slowed down?
Yes.
And that's when Officer Bird pulls out to initiate the traffic stop?
After they went past us, yes.
Almost a few minutes after?
It was probably 30 seconds or so. Yeah.
Okay,
it was pretty quick after.
Okay, 30 seconds after. And when you arrive, do you have your canine with you?
Yes.
Okay. And you don't conduct a sniff at that moment?
Not right away, no.
Okay. And while you're walking back, Officer Bird says to you, and I believe this is a quote, probably another second, then you're going to run the dog. Is that correct?
I don't remember that.
Would it be helpful to watch would watching your body worn refresh your recollection?
Sure.
May I approach?
Yes.
Okay. So this is Officer Bird's body worn, but as you testified, you were standing there. So, officer, after Officer Bird has a conversation with Miss Griego, Officer Bird tells you, you turn around, Officer Bird tells you probably another second, then you're going to run the dog. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So that's just a few minutes into this traffic stop?
Yes.
Okay. And you don't run the dog at that point?
No.
Okay. You don't even run the dog a few minutes after that?
It was probably 10 minutes or so into the traffic stop when we ran the dog.
So pretty early on in your investigation, Officer Bird tells you that she's aware of who the occupants are in the car. Is that right?
I think so, yeah.
That she knew Mrs. Griego?
Yeah, sounds right.
And that she knew the Griego family as well?
Probably.
Okay. During your initial conversation with Officer Bird, while you guys are seated in her patrol car, she spends a lot of time talking about the Griegos family history to you. Is that correct?
I don't remember, but it probably happened.
Did she tell you that she knew Mrs. Griego to be a known drug user?
Probably.
Okay.
And then, and then is it after that that you go talk to the defendant, ask her out of the vehicle to talk about the missing person?
Yes.
And why did you do that?
Twofold. Number one, we were going to run the dog on the car initially, and then this other thing happened that delayed that timeline. When we run our dog on cars, we have the occupants get out of the cars for safety purposes. So it was to talk about the missing person and to get the people out of the car.
And you needed to talk about the missing person still because you were in the process of clearing this missing person.
Correct.
And Officer Bird sees that there's a missing person query.
Yes.
So Officer Bird decides to call the reporting party to find out the status of that query. Is that right?
I believe so, yes.
And Officer Bird finds out that the query has been cleared, right? The missing person query has been cleared.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think so, because otherwise we wouldn't have been talking about the fact that it hadn't been cleared.
Would it be helpful to watch your body worn to refresh your recollection?
Would that be on my body worn?
It'd be on Officer Bird's body worn.
Okay. So if you want me to watch her body worn, then that's fine.
Okay.
Your Honor, I'd ask for an offer of proof that the deputy was present for this. I don't know how, I mean, he could say, yeah, I can hear that on a video, but that's like me talking about, yeah, I heard the president say that on the news last night. That doesn't mean I saw it on a video.
Ms. McManus.
Yes, Your Honor. As an offer of proof, Officer Forton is standing near the car or either inside the car. On body worn, he's heard to be having a conversation with Officer Bird while she's talking to the reporting party. It is captured on Officer Bird's body worn.
Okay. You can show him. I don't know if it will refresh his memory. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
That was a while ago, and they said nobody ever called back.
Okay, well, he's been found. He's with his mom right now. He's in a
We know he's with this mom now. So
okay, so it just has never been.
this was like a while ago. This was a while ago that I checked. He was found like 2 days later, and I contacted them and let them know that he found him.
Yeah, okay. Well, I will.
Officer, is that your voice speaking to Officer Bird during that conversation?
I did hear my voice, yes.
Yes. So are you present during that phone call she has with the reporting party?
Yes.
Okay, so Officer Bird has found out that the query has been cleared. Is that correct?
It's still in the system, so it hasn't been cleared.
Okay. But she has heard from
Because
please.
if it was cleared, it wouldn't have been in the system, and it would never have been brought to our attention.
Okay.
So I don't know if the reporting party didn't call the proper agency to have it cleared, or if the officer that took the call made a mistake and didn't have it cleared. I don't know. But if it wasn't in the system as a missing person, we would have never known about it, and it wouldn't have taken 10 minutes of our traffic stop to deal with that.
So then, as you said, you asked Mrs. Griego to get out of the vehicle,
Yes,
and the reason you gave was because of the missing person.
correct.
Okay. But you didn't find any baggies of drugs, is that correct?
No,
No vials of drugs?
no,
No illicit substances at all?
no,
Okay, just paraphernalia.
yes.
So I appreciate your patience. Just a few more clarifying questions.
Okay.
So as you said, you knew that Dominic had been found, as you just testified during cross-examination, that you knew Dominic had been found before you sniffed the vehicle. Is that correct? As you said, yes. You'd spoken to Ms. Griego about it,
Yes,
and that he was there in front of you, so he was therefore no longer missing.
yes.
Okay. And again, you didn't do the sniff right at that point. Prior to that?
I didn't do it prior to that. I did it after that.
If you're in the people call Officer Bird with the Garden Sequence.
And before you sit down, if you could just face me and raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm under a penalty of law to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Please be seated.
Can you please state and spell your name for the record?
Yes, it's Alyssa Bird, ALYSSABIRD.
Thank you. Where are you employed?
The town of Garden City.
In what capacity?
Patrol officer for Garden City Police Department.
And what are the duties of a Garden City peace officer?
Productive patrol, self-initiated traffic stops, respond for calls for service.
Now, about that time, did anything catch your attention?
I did. I was running stationary radar while I was on routine patrol. I observed a vehicle in the number 1 lane coming towards me at an approximate speed of 15 miles per hour. My radar read 16 miles per hour, which is unusual because the traffic limit is 25 miles per hour. During then, the vehicle passed me and I noticed the plates were expired, as well as the vehicle had a blinker to merge into a right lane, but never did. I was just, before I even said anything, she told me that she knew her plates were expired. And then I explained that was the reason for the stop. She mentioned that she was a college student at the time and she was waiting for her FAFSA to come in to be able to pay for plates, but that she was coming from the shelter feeding them sandwiches and chips.
And were you familiar with the driver?
I was.
And how are you familiar with her?
Her brother, she used to live with her brother who lives in Garden City.
Was her behavior with you during this interaction in line with the other ones, or was it different?
Similar to when I had the hunch that she was under the influence. I went back and learned that she actually had a suspended driver's license for non-child support payment, as well as the defendant had a missing persons alert that noted he was also a known drug user.
The defendant or the passenger had a missing person?
The passenger, I apologize. Well, I guess I also forgot to mention this at the beginning when I was looking inside the car, just normal quick glance, nothing in plain view that would indicate they were handing out sandwiches. She kept describing crates of sandwiches and chips, but there was no crates or chips or sandwiches or anything in the car. She was very keen on if she was going to jail or not, and that was the majority of our conversation before I was notified that the dog alerted on the vehicle. But just to make a note, because this will be relevant, all of her pockets were normal. Nothing looked like she had been searched prior to me. So in her front right pocket, I found a small white baggie or a small clear baggie with red heart stamps on it, and that contained a white crystal substance that, from my training and experience, looked like methamphetamine. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights, not answer any questions or make any statements. After I read that, I ask them if they understand, they tell me yes or no, and then I ask if they're willing to talk with me, and they tell me yes or no.
And did she indicate to you that she understood her rights?
Yes.
And what was her response?
She said, no, I already let you search my person.
But that would be a waiver of Miranda. Or,
I don't think so, but I could be wrong.
okay. How long was it between when she told you, no, I don't want to talk to you, and then you approached her again about the field sobriety test?
I don't recall, maybe like 10, 15 minutes.
And what were the results?
398 nanograms of methamphetamine and 25 nanograms of amphetamine.
So officer, you initially spotted Ms. Griego on January 3rd because she was going 16 miles per hour in a 25 mile per hour zone.
Yes.
So that's slower than the posted speed limit.
Yes.
While you're watching Ms. Griego drive, you don't see her hit any objects, do you?
No.
Do you see her hit any other vehicles?
Nope.
Do you see her driving the wrong way?
Nope.
Do you see her swerve out of her lane?
Nope.
Do you see her driving erratically at all?
No.
Okay, so now you've pulled her over for driving too slowly, the turn signal violation, and the expired tags. Is that correct?
Too slowly, not really, because I just saw cars go around her. It was just something that caught my attention. But for the expired tags, yes.
And you don't smell alcohol on her, correct?
Yeah, I had no smell from what I remember.
Okay.
Well, faint smell, but yes.
No slurred speech at any point?
She was really talking, and there was some words it was like she was talking so fast that she started to stutter, but nothing slurred.
No slurred, okay. No notation of any red eyes?
No red, it was like glossy.
You don't see any alcohol in the car?
No, not that I can see.
You don't see any drugs in the car?
Nope.
You don't smell any drugs in the car?
Whatever drugs smell like outside of like the normal marijuana smell, no.
Okay. And you don't see any drug paraphernalia, correct?
No.
Okay. You do ask her, though, during this initial conversation if there's any illegal drugs, narcotics, or weapons in the car.
Yeah, I ask every stop.
And she says no.
Yes.
Okay. I want to ask you about your familiarity with the Griego family.
Mm-hmm.
So you said you recognized Miss Griego almost immediately after you pulled her over.
Yeah, once I started, like, I didn't see her as the car drove past me. Like, I didn't see the driver that far. But once I started, like, pulled her over, I could see her. And then I'm like, oh, that's Selena.
And you know the family as well, as you said.
I know her. I've met her son, like, once or twice. And then her brother still lives in Garden City.
Okay.
And I believe her parents are also patrons at one of our VFWs.
Okay, so you told her during that initial conversation that you saw her parents just the other day.
I think her brother, maybe her parents. I don't recall what family member specifically.
Okay, but you're well acquainted with several members of the Griego family.
Oh, yeah.
You also know her because you have referred to her as, to use your words, a known drug user.
Yes.
Okay. So as soon as you then turn away from your initial conversation with her after you've stopped her, you then tell Officer Forton that you also recognize her as a known drug user.
Yes.
And you tell Officer Forton that she used to live across the street from, I believe it's the police department.
Yes. They're
Okay.
literally canted.
And that you believe she used to use her drugs with her brother outside the police department.
Yeah, there was many calls for service between him calling.
You also tell Officer Fortin at that point that you have a suspicion that her brother is using drugs again.
Yes.
Okay, because he's been calling the police at random hours.
Yeah.
So you're very familiar with what's going on with the Griego family.
Yes.
And this is all happening at about 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Is that right?
3:30ish.
Okay. It's daylight out?
Yeah.
She also tells you that she'd informed the police right away that Dominic had been found.
The defendant or the person on
The reporting party.
again, I don't really recall the phone call with the reporting party.
Would it refresh your recollection to watch your body worn?
Sure.
So you were informed at that point that the reporting party had told police that Dominic had been located.
Yes.
Okay. So at this point that you know the missing person issue has been resolved.
Yes.
You then tell Officer Bedrogi that Ms. Griego is also a known drug user.
Correct.
Okay, and you tell him you're going to run the dog.
Yes.
At no point during your interaction do you write a ticket for Ms. Griego. Is that correct?
Not until after she's like taken into custody and everything.
Okay, so prior to running the dog, you had not issued a summons.
I was still working on stuff while the dog was being ran.
Okay. At that point, you have no reason to think there's drugs on scene.
Not just besides her actions and everything I saw from my training and experience.
Okay.
I did have suspicion, yes.
So then the Griego parents arrive on scene at some point.
Yes, she had called them.
And you speak with them, is that correct?
Yes.
They ask what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
You tell them that you're taking Mrs. Griego to jail.
Mm-hmm.
You also tell them that you smelled alcohol, Mrs. Griego. Is that correct?
Yes, after she had been in my car for a little bit.
Okay. But that's actually not true. Is that correct?
I smelled it after she had been sitting in my patrol car, after she had been taken into custody. I could smell a little something, yes.
Okay. Did you tell Officer Fortin that day that you can't smell anything?
He did mention that he could smell it, and I told him I couldn't smell anything.
Did you put in your police report that you couldn't smell anything that day because you were sick?
I did.
The Griegos then asked you some more specific questions about why you pulled Selena over. Is that a yes?
Yes, sorry.
That's okay. And you tell them that this process is like fishing. Is that correct?
He had asked why I don't pull everyone over for expired tags, and so best way I could explain it, it's like fishing. I can't always stop everyone, but if I see them, I'm going to do it.
Okay. The dog sniff search starts about 14 minutes into the investigation. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
So while Officer Fortin's doing the search, you're speaking to Mrs. Griego.
Mm-hmm.
And when the dog alerts, you tell Mrs. Griego she's no longer free to leave.
I just told her to hang tight, yes.
Did you use the word she's no longer free to leave?
I believe so.
Okay. You tell her if she leaves, if she does anything, it'll result in more charges.
I just let them know. Yes, but I did.
Okay. You then also assist with the search of the car.
I do.
And it's during the search of the car that you know to Officer Fortin that you see her eyes are glassy.
Yep.
Okay. I want to ask you about the roadside testing as well.
Okay.
So on January 3rd, you were not A-RIDE certified. Is that correct?
Yes, still not.
And so then you perform roadside testing inside the booking room.
I do.
Okay. Despite the fact that neither you or Officer Bratton are A-RIDE certified.
No, but I'm still field sobriety test.
You also testified on direct that you had read her Miranda rights. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
And that she didn't want to speak with you any further.
Yeah, right after I finished reading them.
And then you still asked her if she wanted to participate in SFSTs.
Yes.
The first issue I want to raise is that as to the dog search, dog discovery has not been turned over to the defense in this case. As a result, we're asking for a Rule 16 violation. We cannot verify the accuracy of the dog's training. We have no idea if there's been any disciplinary incidents or when the dog was certified. We don't know about the trainings other than one statement in the police report. We have no way to verify the veracity of the trainings. If the people are intending to introduce this evidence, the court should compel the people to turn that over to defense or instruct the jury that this canine handler cannot be certified as an expert. The third issue I want to address is the unreasonable extension of the stop. Officer Byrd and Officer Forton unconstitutionally expanded the scope of the initial traffic stop. In U.S. versus Rodriguez, the Supreme Court is incredibly clear that detaining passengers for a canine search when the search is not related to the mission of the traffic stop is an unlawful violation of the passenger's Fourth Amendment rights. The justification of a traffic stop ends when the task tied to the justification should have been completed. Here, Officer Byrd and Officer Forton diverted the traffic-based mission, specifically the minor traffic violations, and turned it into a fishing expedition for narcotics. Officer Byrd even referred to what she was doing that day as fishing. It was an unparticularized hunch that she would have drugs in the car. It was a hunch because the only basis was that she was an alleged, quote, drug user. Officer Byrd even said she had a hunch during testimony today. We also have testimony about glassy eyes. The officer's observations are not until after she's been alerted on the dog, indicating that the officers were retroactively looking for a justification for the dog. Glassy eyes in the middle of the afternoon are hardly indicative of criminal activity. It could be sleep deprivation, allergies, dehydration, various other explanations.
Ms. McManus, I'm going to give you 2 more minutes. We're already 45 minutes behind.
But is later asked to perform field sobriety tests, which are not a interrogation for Miranda purposes. They are not verbal communication. It is a physical act. So I would argue that those are different, and thus it is asking a defendant to perform field sobriety tests, and her agreeing to perform them is not a violation of Miranda and the right to remain silent.
The court will find that she consented to a search of her person. In regards to the dog sniff of the vehicle, the court will find that at the time that it had occurred, it was 14 minutes into the stop, that the officers, based on Officer Byrd's initial suspicion that the defendant was driving under the influence or driving while ability impaired, the court will find that the dog sniff did not extend the traffic stop, that the officers had to first address the missing person report, and that there was an ongoing reasonable suspicion and investigation in regards to the DUI or DWAI. So the court is finding that the dog sniff did not extend the search. The court is denying the motion to suppress based on lack of reasonable suspicion, denying the motion to suppress based on lack of probable cause, denying the motions to suppress both the search of the vehicle and the search of the defendant's person. In regards to roadsides, the court is finding that based on the lack of record as far as what specifically the defendant was told, what specifically she said, as well as the fact that she had clearly invoked express consent, the court is granting the motion to suppress the roadsides. In regards to express consent, I'm finding there was probable cause, denying the motion to suppress any statements prior to that. After that, the court is granting the motion to suppress any statements outside of the one statement the officer testified to that was not in response to any questions or interrogation by the officer, which was the defendant's statement that she was an alcoholic and had been taking Benadryl. Mr. Rudolph, are you in the process of obtaining the discovery for the dog to turn over to the defense?
Yes, Your Honor, I was not aware that it hadn't been discovered yet. We'll get it shortly.
Okay. What's a realistic time period for you to do that?
Within a week.
Okay. The court will give the people 7 days from today to provide that additional discovery. Any further record you want me to make?
Those 7 days.
7 days.
Thank you.
Correct.